I used to be a flight attendant. I would say that's like the best time of my life. And I had got an ear infection in my ears and I had to take medical leave from flying. After I came home, that's when things probably took a turn for the worse, I guess you could say.
In 2008, I was in an abusive relationship that caused myself and my children to be homeless. There was only a very small number of places where you could take your entire family, but it was still very scary. There was parts that made me feel inadequate as a parent, as a woman. It was overwhelming.
Alan was previously working in a sheltered workshop. He had worked 48 hours in about 2 weeks and earned $31.
Even though Alan has a disability, he's very aware of money, and he knew he wasn't earning a lot. At one point I went to visit Alan and he was putting lids on medicine bottles. And for Alan, for somebody who's so smart, I knew he could do more, and he knew he could do more.
After I graduated high school, I started to go to college. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was afraid to grow up, so I joined the Army. When I got home from Afghanistan, I had a baby. I had my daughter on the way. It's like, wow, it's time to grow up. You know, you don't have a job. You just got out of the Army. What are you gonna do? In the beginning, I turned to drugs and alcohol to kind of get out of any type of responsibility. And then it got out of control. It started affecting other people around me, and their attitude toward me started changing, and I kind of fell into this self-pity and remorse. And then in the last few years, I got in some legal trouble. I sat in jail for almost a year. I was in a very dark place.
I kind of felt like I wasn't where I should have been, and so instead of doing something about it, I just started using. I guess I kind of went from pills to harder things. Heroin seemed to be my downfall. At one point, I was homeless. You know, I always thought those people under the bridges were crazy, like go up and get a job, and at one point I was that person, and I couldn't get up and get a job, so now I get it, how fast it can go downhill. I had to hit my rock bottom, I guess you could say. You don't want to eat?
No.
You don't want a muffin?
No.
No muffins?
No.
Don't start acting out. With all the stress, I ended up relapsing after I had my first set of twins. In this picture, I'm not breathing. I'm also pregnant in this picture, which is, like, I guess the saddest part of it. Just harming the babies inside my stomach just makes me sick to my stomach now, because they're my world, and it's just crazy that at one point it was like this. They were getting to the point where I could feel them move, and I knew I needed to go get some help, because they're innocent. You know, they didn't ask to be here.
I just wasn't powerful enough. I had to have outside help. I went through a 90-day rehab treatment at Volunteers of America. At first, I was a little afraid because it was a new atmosphere. When I got there were people just like me, other veterans, that we had something in common. We all leaned on each other, even though we all were at different points in our lives and had been through different things. We all had one thing in common, where we were trying to get our lives together.
One day I got a call from VOA, and my children went and lived there. The stability was great, feeling, okay, so now I know where we're all gonna lay our heads, because you don't know. When I got to the shelter, I told them I wanna continue online classes through education and experience, my VOA experience, being able to help someone else. That's wonderful to me.
When your circle expands and you have more relationships in the community, then you have more people to advocate for you.
He loves baseball.
Not football, no.
Not football, no, just baseball?
Yeah.
Okay. That he loves baseball and loves being on time, keeping track of time. And so Alan keeps track of when the tours are coming up, and as soon as he sees the tour guide, Alan's ready to check some tickets.
Check your fee.
So when Alan first took this job, he asked me probably 3 different times, "You're gonna be there the whole time, right?" And within a couple of weeks, I could give him more space while he was at work. I didn't need to be right next to him. And he's been there for a year and now works a little over half of his shift on his own. I mean, he does really well there, and they love Alan. Alan is an equal part of their team.
We really try to help the individuals we're working with achieve their goals, and once you find the right fit that works for both the employer and the person that we're supporting, it's really cool to see the growth, not only in the people that we support, but also the company. Now Mr. Allen makes $11 an hour.
Yep. Put it in, mate.
Put it in the bank.
Yep.
Alan really likes to save his money.
I would say without VOA, I would probably be dead. It's helping me get myself on my feet, I guess. It's teaching me how to work again. It's teaching me how to be a parent. And then to have your other sisters in the house going through the same thing that you're going through, and you have somebody to talk to, it helps out a lot.
There you go. Got it. You're pretty brave, aren't you?
I felt like when I left, I was set up for success, getting set up with housing. They got my electricity turned back on for me because I had an outstanding bill that they took care of. They furnished my apartment, from beds to pots and pans and dishes, just all kinds of stuff that helped me have a nice, safe environment for my kids to come stay with me.
I'm a therapist for a group of ladies who are here at the Freedom House program. They all have children, and they are in active recovery. I like to see them recognizing the person that they could be, and then give them installation of hope, because you need hope when you're in situations like that.
I can say I am proud of myself now. Being a single mom with 4 kids, in a transitional house, working, doing aftercare, going to meetings. It's a lot. But I know that I'm working really hard now so I can make my life better in the future.
I think going to work at Louisville Slugger has really helped open his eyes to what being in the community can feel like.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome.
Today I have a purpose. I'm trying to get my master's in psychology so that I can get employed at the VA hospital. And I want to say that my purpose is to be a father to my children. That's the first thing that I feel in my heart. However, my purpose today is to help somebody else that's just like me. And if I don't, then I won't keep doing what I'm doing. So I have to remember to put my recovery first so that I'm able to be there for my kids.
I have these 4 little people that need their mom, and I don't ever want to leave them ever again. I want them to be independent. I want them to work. I want them to work hard. I don't want them to think things are given to them. I want them to understand that this world can be cruel, and every day can be a struggle, but life is good. You want to put them on? Yeah. You like them? I just want to continue to do more and show them more so they know that this is what can happen when you work hard.